Okay, so this is day 3 warm up and assignment together. So you should try the warm up on your own, first 6 problems, and this is going to be your homework starting from there. So some extra practice of what we've been doing. So pause the video and then unpause it when you're ready. I'll show you the answers and we'll go over the warm up. All right. Okay, assuming you've tried it, here are the answers to the warm-up. Negative root 3 over 2, negative 2, 1, negative root 2, and some calculated problems now. Make sure you have 3 decimal accuracy, round and truncated. Make sure you catch these negatives. That's a common mistake. And hopefully at this point you're trying to do these without drawing pictures. So first ones are the memorized values. So, in your head, or if you have to, you could draw the sine curve. And it's, the period is 360 degrees normally. So cut it in half, it's 180. This is 90. This is quadrant 1. And 45, 30, and 60. And so I memorize these angles, 0, 30, 45, 60, 90 for sine and cosine. Now sine goes up from 0 to 1. So then it's 1/2, root 2 over 2, root 3 over 2. Remember the trick is it's root 0 over 2, root 1 over 2, root 2 over 2, root 3 over 2, root 4 over 2. Now cosine starts at the top, goes from 1 to 0, same angles, same values, but backwards. So when I see this, I say, the first thing I do, this is what I write down. You guys got to get really, really organized with these. Okay. It's really easy to make mistakes. What is the reference angle? So you got a picture in your head that circle, 90, 180, 240 is 60 past that. That's the reference angle, 60 degrees. We're in quadrant 3. Now I memorize, I say, well, what sine is 60? And I say, okay, well, it's 0, 35, 0, 30, 45, 60, 0, 1/2, root 2 over 2, root 3 over 2. And then I say, well, quadrant 3 is positive or negative? Negative. Done. Okay? Secant negative 120 is 1 over cosine of negative 120. Now, negative 120, going backwards, it's going to put you in quadrant 4. If you need to, you can draw this picture until you get the hang of it. Negative 90, negative 120. There's 60 degrees left over. That's a reference angle. Reference angle is 60 degrees. We're in quadrant 3. Okay? So then we say, all right, well, what's cosine of 60? 0, 30, 45, 60. Starts at 1, root 3 over 2, root 2 over 2, 1/2. And we're in quadrant 3. Is it positive or negative? Negative. So final answer is negative 2. Tangent 405, what's the reference angle? Well, 360 is a whole circle. So it's 45 degrees more. We're in quadrant 1. We want to do sine over cosine. I don't memorize tangent angles. So sine of 45 over cosine of 45, and then we'll figure out what the sine should be. Sine for it's root 2 over 2. Root 2 over 2. They're both positive in quadrant 1. The answer is positive 1. Cosecant. 1 over sine. Okay, remember, co with a non-co. So what's alpha? This is quadrant 4. Alpha is 45 degrees to make it to 360. And so it's going to be 1 over root 2 over 2. It's going to be negative because sine's negative. It's going to be negative 2 over root 2. Rationalize the denominator. It's going to be negative 2 root 2 over 2. It's going to be negative root 2. All right, so we're getting hopefully away from drawing pictures. Okay, calculator problems. My strategy here, which might be good, right? Kind of like show me, cosecant 1 over sine. So this is what I'm going to do in my calculator. That might be good, right? Just in case you're thinking that, but type something in wrong. That's for some partial credit. Now, you should be in degree mode. Double check. These degree symbols means degrees. If there is no symbol, generally that means radians. 2.102 or 2.103. Round or truncated. These don't have degrees on them. They're not angles. They're answers. This one we're solving. Secant 1 over cosine. So I'm going to change it to a cosine problem. All right. Now I'm going to do, that's not one of the memorized values, so I got to use my calculator. I'm going to find alpha, which is going to be inverse cosine of positive 1/4. I'm going to force it to give me quadrant 1 answer, and then I'll figure out what quadrants. I'll look at the negative afterwards. It's easier to find alpha first, which is always first quadrant between 0 and 90. Okay? Now, what quadrants is cosine negative? Quadrant 2 and quadrant 3. So your answers, all of them, infinite answers. Quadrant 2 is going to be 180 minus alpha. So that's 104.477512 plus 360k. Right? So that's quadrant 2. Quadrant 3 is 180 plus alpha. So if you need to, draw these pictures. Quadrant 2 is 180 minus alpha. Quadrant 3 is 180 plus alpha. So 180 plus 75.5224871, 255.5224887 plus 360k. Now this is all possible answers, which could come in handy on certain problems. This time, we just want answers from 0 to 360. So it's just going to be 104.477 and 255.522. Now you could do 104.478 if you want to round. The second one will be the same, round or truncated. You should put the degree symbol on these answers, because otherwise it means radians if you don't, which is not what we're working with right now. So tonight's homework is some more practice on what we've been doing. So this is your chance to get really good at this stuff. These are no calculator. These are no calculator. The problems in the back are calculator. And the wax on, wax off reference is a Karate Kid reference. The original Karate Kid. Mr. Miyagi has Daniel-san improve his karate skills by waxing all of his old junky cars. Old cars. Wax on, wax off. Anyways, good luck. Problem 23 is a little bit of a challenge. See if you can get creative. There's a lot of different ways you could do 23. See if you figure it out.